Hello everyone, and welcome to SUNUP. I'm Lyndall Stout. Oklahoma's wheat crop is really starting to make some progress now. Joining us now to talk about it is Dr. Amanda Silva, our Extension small grain specialist. And Amanda, kind of get us up to speed on what's been happening out in the fields in the last few weeks.
Sure. Well, wheat is a little behind in growth because of the drought conditions we've been experiencing. So jointing stage came in later than usual, which gave some flexibility for producers wanting to apply some nitrogen fertilizer in areas where they received adequate moisture. So we saw some people deciding to manage their crop as far as nitrogen fertilizer, and we are seeing some responses to that.
In general, how is the wheat looking across the state?
Well, I like to always take into considerations the conditions that we are facing currently. So considering the drought conditions, I think it looks fairly good overall. Of course, we do really need a rain. So these days with high winds, hot temperatures, low moisture is not really helping our crop. But in the past weeks, places where we got some rain, the wheat really took off. So as you can see here, some varieties are starting to, the heads are starting to poking out, so it's starting to emerge, and things are moving.
That's always exciting to see. I was surprised this week to come out here and see how much progress these demonstration plots had made.
Yes, and yes, it's very exciting to see, but at the same time, I'm also seeing it's starting to go backwards because of the conditions that we are facing. So for us to kind of keep it going on a positive way, we do need some rain.
We need these winds to slow down for a number of reasons, but the wheat also needs that. Let's talk about any mites or insect pressures that you've seen lately.
Yes, we received reports of brown wheat mites, as you all heard Dr. Royer mentioning last week, and some people decided to manage for it. One of the issues they were facing when trying to manage for it was finding chemical products. But yeah, so that was one part, mainly in the southwest Oklahoma, more here in the north central. I'm seeing some aphids, green bugs, and so I think it's good to keep our eyes out for mites and insects like aphids and things like that.
What other questions or concerns are you hearing from producers?
Oh, as always, everyone is worried about whether they're going to need to use fungicide or not, but that's a concern. One thing that I like to say to producers or people that are wanting to know more about varieties that they're growing before making those decisions on fungicide applications, just to go to our website where we have some description on the varieties characteristics. And also, I'll be out for the plot tours here, I believe, in a week or two, and we'll be talking more on the varieties characteristics, and that is a very good time for people to look at the wheat and how it's performing, especially in these very challenging conditions, so we can see varieties that will do a little better than others or be better adapted to some scenarios or some situations better than others.
So the field day season is upon us. It's time to get out and meet and greet and talk with folks around the state. So you have some information on some of those upcoming field days?
Yes, so the complete schedule is gonna be posted on my website. Most of our trials already have the plot signs, and they have the variety signs, this very big one with QR codes, so people can go there and check, and it's going to take them directly to the variety characteristics. And yeah, it starts on April 25th in southwest Oklahoma.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot, Amanda. We look forward to seeing you there. And for a link to the materials that Amanda talked about, as well as the upcoming field days, go to sunup.okstate.edu. And now we want to talk more about wheat disease and some potential there with Dr. Meriem Aoun, our new Extension wheat pathologist.
Yeah, so I have been communicating with some county educators and producers on some diseases they are seeing in their field. We saw early this in April and in March, we saw a little bit of powdery mildew on OK coral, which is moderately resistant to this disease, so it's not an issue. So fungicide application is not needed if a resistant variety is grown. I saw some viral diseases here in our research plots. I saw infections by barley yellow dwarf virus and also wheat streak mosaic virus. So barley yellow dwarf virus is transmitted by aphids, and the wheat streak mosaic virus is transmitted by curl mite. For barley yellow dwarf virus, we have some resistance in our variety, but wheat streak mosaic virus is a concern because most of our wheat varieties are susceptible to this disease. Yeah, for now, we saw for these diseases I am talking about, they are unsusceptible varieties, so we expect to see it on susceptible varieties. For the commercial varieties, I'm seeing in our demonstration plots some sign of viral infections. We still need to confirm that doing ELISA in our diagnostic lab. So we will give an update as we confirm our results. I also want to mention that I also saw a stripe rust infection. So the inoculum is there. So it is really important for growers to start scouting their fields. For these diseases, they usually appear when it is cold, and it depends on the moisture. So if we have moisture, then we expect these diseases to increase. So if you are growing a resistant variety, this shouldn't be an issue. But if you see this initial infection in your field, then fungicide application will be needed if you are growing a susceptible variety.